Hello, Blaise. Hello, Kamil. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Great, hello.
Yeah, hello to both of you. It is the first time I'm actually interviewing two guys at the time. Before actually beginning this interview, I would first like to know from each one of you, starting by you, Kamil, that what's your experience in the blockchain space, and before that, what you were, what's your professional background, anything you want to share with that.
Okay, so I am currently 29 years old, and half of my life I was working in marketing and basically programming because I started very early doing this. So I'm a software developer for many years and basically a technical person. In blockchain space and Bitcoin, my interest came from 2012. So around 5 years, I'm interested in that space. And I'm actively involved financially for many years in that space. And basically, this is like the background that that I have. And from the software development perspective, I'm also running a software consulting company. And our first project related to blockchain, especially Bitcoin blockchain back then, we were working on such project in 2015. So I'm interested in the technology for around 5 years. The first project that we were developing inside our software consulting company called React Poland was in 2015, beginning of this year, of 2015.
Coming to you, Blaise, why don't you tell us something about your background as well?
So I've known about the blockchain technology for quite some time. I had friends in school who were, really into it, but I didn't really get into it until about maybe 2 years ago, and basically got obsessed with it. And so I started doing a lot of writing. I started doing a lot of reading. My background is actually I was a software engineer before I joined Experty. So I worked with Fidelity Investments, and eventually I decided that I was going to leave that and work on Experty full time, as writing content and doing communications, because I really enjoyed that. So here I am.
Well, good to know about that. And it seems that you both of you have joined together to launch a blockchain platform called Experty. I would like to know more about it. What kind of problems it is trying to solve? Anybody can take
So
it.
there are like two problems really that we're trying to solve from two different perspectives. The first problem is that there is lack of incentive for people to share mobile phone numbers with online with strangers. So for example, I don't know, you running a NewsBTC YouTube channel and you are not really happy if someone will call your mobile phone directly because he has some questions, follow-up questions, let's say to an interview or to a video that you did. So the idea for Experty is that the problem we are trying to solve is to we want basically create incentive for experts, influencers, basically anyone who has access to the internet to share their mobile calling ID, and then strangers can save time because there are like many situations where you have some specific questions to someone online, but there is no way to call him because he don't share his calling mobile number and so on. Yes. So basically, we solving this problem, and on the other hand, with the blockchain specifically, because this problem can be solved without the blockchain. So we can create like a fiat-based calling platform, and basically this is it. But on the other hand, with the blockchain, we're trying to also, we believe like there are experts in the part of the world where there is no access to the financial services. So basically, idea is that we want to create more abundance of knowledge available online and access to the experts all around the world, not just in the basically everywhere, and everyone can access this who has the internet.
I would ask Blaise here to sum up this entire process of Experty in the most simplest word ever, so that somebody from the non-tech background can also understand them. If you can mention how does it work in the chronological order, that will be an added advantage.
So Experty is an application. So I'll go through like using the mobile app. So a user would create an Experty calling profile. So say you're an expert, I don't know, anything, software engineer.
I'm not, yeah.
So say you're an expert software engineer, you create your Experty profile, you share it on your LinkedIn for people to call you with questions, because maybe you're very good and you get a lot of people asking you questions. You want to be able to monetize that time. So someone would download the app and call you, and basically the application automates the payment for every minute of your dedicated time. So the expert sets their rate, and the call is made, and they are paid exactly for the time they spend on the call. And afterwards, the advice seeker can give them like a rating, and they can both walk away happy. But it does use smart contract to automate the payment. So I think something I would stress about the whole process is the whole automation bit, because it really makes it easy to just kind of pick up and go. When you're seeking advice, you don't really have to set up, a costly intermediary or anything like that to handle the money and take like a big cut, right? So the contract settles everything.
That's great. I will take this next question to you, Kamil. The overall concept of this project is very great, and but there's still one glitch. If I dare ask, how do an average user like me, know the person he's talking to across the screen is an expert? I mean, how do I know that I'm talking to an expert? Is there any transparent module for that, so that I can look at the background, the things he has done in the past? If I can look at his, professional degrees or something like that before actually selecting him as my advisor.
So it's similar. So basically, it's similar process that when you're looking for longer consultations. So let's say Experty is more for ad hoc consultations. So basically, let's say instead of paying upfront 1 hour for a consultation time, and let's say, but consultation time will take 45 minutes, so you're losing 15 minutes of the time. We targeting into consultations that are short time in this case, and basically idea is the same. So let's say if you're looking for a marketing consultant, how do you do it? You go to Google, check different companies, right, and try to find to vet them. Yes. Right. So basically, the process here is the same. The only difference is that you can, let's say, instead of wasting, 1 hour of your time, you can call someone, and basically you can decide based on 3 minutes of the call that, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Or if you have, for example, and basically we're creating a new tool for people, more consumers, I would say, than businesses, who can make and accept paid consultations, ad hoc paid consultations in the very automated and easy way. So I like the analogy to what PayPal did with the payments. So let's say in the past, before PayPal, it was very hard to get donations for what you do online, yeah. And now many websites has like a donate PayPal button, whatever, and basically you can donate them instantly. So the same here. Let's say there is a popular musician who has like thousands of fans. He has a website. He can create like a widget with Experty, with the button, and their fans can call them just to hear the music creator, voice and talk. Of course, it can be like very short and expensive call, but if you are a fan, maybe you would like to call this person. And the same so there are like many use cases, the same like with the PayPal. The only difference with PayPal and with Experty is that you are getting paid for your time, expertise, knowledge, influence, and basically anyone, any stranger can call you and get your time and pay you automatically. The same way, like with PayPal, any stranger can send you money. So we automate this part with the blockchain because we believe like there are experts all around the world, not just with access to the banking account and so on. Yeah, but basically the use case is quite broad. Maybe Blaise can add something on that.
Yeah. So Experty is primarily a software, right? So anyone can basically use it how they see fit. There are a lot of use cases, and basically you don't have to have a specific skill set or be a specific person to monetize your time, right? As far as like, you know, finding someone with the credentials that you want, you would still have to probably go through, you know, some sort of marketplace. We are partnered with SafeX, which is a marketplace, but there's, you know, we have plans to partner with more marketplaces and stuff like that, basically to provide a space for people to find others using the application, right? So they can call them. But I mean, you're going to be looking through people's LinkedIn profiles and all this stuff. It's not like the app is the end all to, you know, you're going to be searching and finding and being able to view credentials and all that stuff. Basically, we want this app to be accessible by anyone. So we're not doing that. So yeah, basically anyone around the world can use it regardless of who they are or their background. It just makes it easier for everyone. And it's really up to their own, you know, judgment to find people who are, you know, certified and experts in the fields that they're looking for.
Yeah, there will be like story and rating system. Just wanted to add on that. So let's say if you have expertise profile for 1 year, other people will be seeing the same like with Uber. If you drive with a driver gives you the star, the rating. Yeah. So right. The same here. Right. You will be over time. You will be receiving some reviews and ratings over time.
I still have this query, you know, in my mind that profiles cannot be verified at this stage. How are you verifying these profiles? I can make a fake profile on LinkedIn. I might appear like the best computer programmer out there, and I can still scam somebody using your platform by just giving him any advice, whatever that comes to my mind. How do you make sure that, you know, people are protected from that risk? Can the profiles be verified on this platform?
So from this standpoint, you know, I was scammed in real life many times. So basically, you know, Experty can't solve all life problems, you know, that scammers are around. And the only thing that we will secure the user from, there will be like a refund mechanism. So let's say every user will be able to set, every knowledge provider will be able to set refund rules. So let's say if you call me, you can get a refund within first 15 minutes, 90%. So we will set like a refund mechanism policy. And every user will need to decide on his own how much he wants to put on risk. And basically, you know, from the Experty versus real life example, it's even much better because Experty charges you basically per second. So if you realize after 45 seconds that this guy have no idea what he's talking about and this is a scammer, first, you will be able to request a refund if this scammer has the refund policy, and basically you will pay only for 45 seconds. Not, let's say, I was scammed for $1,000 because I was, you know, I was like I don't know, I didn't do enough due diligence. I trusted a stranger on the other side. So Experty is much better because you will be able to first get a refund if this person will allow you. And second, basically, you basically, if you will get scammed, the scam will be much less expensive than the being scammed in the real life. Yes, so I don't think like it will be like a big deal. Of course, if you're calling to someone whose rate is, let's say, $5,000 per minute, and you charge 3,000 for 45 seconds or something like this, it's your fault that you called this person and accepted the rules that was set up front the call.
Perhaps I'm suggesting too much, but there can be some trial offers. I mean, anybody who's making a profile, I mean, he can just give of the first 2 minutes free, and he can start charging if the user survives the first 2 minutes. I mean, there can be something like introduced. Although there's one more question, back to you, Blaise. This is for you. That you have mentioned the payments and how you can actually reverse them on a blockchain that is immutable, and it cannot be tampered with. So are we talking about crypto tokens inside the platform? Are you making this payment by some imaginary currency you have created? How is it working, the payment system inside the network?
The payment system is we're using our own EXY token.
All right.
So basically all transactions are handled. If you want to use a different currency, we have that option as well. But it comes at, a small fee that's charged, on like a monthly basis to do so. As far as the technicals, I'm not directly working on that part of the application, so Kamil could probably answer that question a little better.
Yes, Kamil. Yeah. Over to you, Kamil.
So basically, the idea for all this is that everything is handled by the smart contract. So answering your question, refunds also will be pre-programmed in the smart contract. So that we won't reverse a transaction or something like that. If you wanna, basically the smart contract will handle the logic that you will have after the call is finished. You will have 3 minutes to request a non-questionable refund. And regarding the tokens and how you transfer the value for your time, knowledge, and expertise. So basically, idea is that so the more users is on Experty, the more XT tokens, there is more XT token demand for XT token. And there are like two ways. One way is that you make free calls, like 100% free, no charge, and basically no fees and so on. So you need to use Experty token, and then it's cheaper. And basically, if you want to use Ethereum token, on that, or later on we plan to implement also Bitcoin with the rootstock smart contract system. So basically with this one, the advice seeker, so the person who is calling the consultant, this person needs to have Ethereum tokens in this example. So let's say I want to call you, you charge, I don't know, 1 Ethereum token per hour. We talk 1 hour, so in total I need to pay you 1 Ethereum. Yeah, and from the knowledge provider, there is additional monthly fee based on the amount of calls you made. So basically, there will be like different subscription models, like I don't know, lowest, bronze, silver, gold, and whatever, platinum. So basically, you will need to pay monthly after the finished month, depending how much you make money through Experty, a subscription fee with Experty tokens. So you will need to go to the second market, buy the tokens, and basically pay us the fees. And the idea for the token economics here is that our company will spend these tokens back to the market to enhance the marketing strategy. So basically, the idea is that the more users we have, the more Experty tokens get back to the company, and the bigger budget for the marketing we have. So this is like a virtual cycle where we want to acquire as many users as possible, because like our main goal and main game is to bring this application to the mainstream users. So our idea is to have mainstream users who don't know what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain. They will be able to use this application, because basically our goal is to have this application very easy from the user experience perspective. But this is, of course, long-term plan for next few years. So yeah, this is how we do it.
Well, wow. I mean, I'm pretty much convinced by what you have said. I really have to admire that. Um, there's just one thing I would like to ask. It's about that your platform seems more like a vocal or some sort of, the advices that is given on, on the vocal basis. It's not like I'm giving any software course to somebody, or I might be giving my content marketing service for somebody if they are seeking it. I'm simply talking to somebody and earning for that. Is it like that, or is it more? Is it anything more? Can I share my work as well?
It's
If
it's
somebody's hiring me.
definitely
Yep.
it's definitely more than that. As far as like the the demo on the website, that's just to show the raw functionality of the contract and that it's possible to do that and make that call and get paid, right? Um, as far as the application goes, it's designed very similar to Skype, to where eventually we would like to have all those features. Video calling is of course essential to something like this. Being able to message people as well. As far as stuff like screen sharing and stuff, we're developing that a little later, and basically when we want to be able to flesh out all these important features in the application, as we go through it.
So to sum up that, I mean, if I am offering some software development services to somebody, I want to create a code, I can charge for that on your platform as well, rather than just speaking about it.
Can you ask that question again, please?
I'm saying that suppose I'm a software developer and I'm writing this code for a company over your platform. I'm simply not speaking about it. I'm also providing this code, so I can also be charged for what I've created. The things I've created, the smart contracts, perhaps any underlying written codes I can provide to the client. I can still charge for that. Can I sum up there, right?
In the form of sending a message, perhaps.
In the form of sending a message. I mean, it will still be counted as a minute. The video and voice minute that you're saying only that's all I'm going to be charged for, right? Or are you? Should I come up with a question again?
The application's
Yeah.
designed to charge by the minute of dedicated time.
Right.
As far as anything outside of that, I'm not sure if we plan to handle anything like that. Or if that would be done on the user's discretion.
So the application itself is like a wallet. So let's say you have Experty app and some other person has Experty app. So I am software developer myself, so I know how much time I wasted with talking with potential clients who wasted hours of my time just to pick up my mind and my experience. So basically the idea here is that you can make initial calls on Experty, and basically even later on, if you will agree on the call for some paper job, you still can use the wallet to send the value. So let's say you will spend, this person will take you 3 hours just to explain you what needs to be done from the software perspective. And then after the call is ended, you deliver that and you agree on some payment. So the payment also can be sent through the same way like with Mycelium and so on. And also the feature that we also targeting is webinars. So let's say you have like big following about crypto and maybe you want to make once a week a webinar. How are you going to charge those people? Right. So idea is that those people can join with Experty to your webinar and they pay only for the time that they spend on the webinar. And so this is idea behind the Experty. So anything that takes time to explain and any kind of knowledge which can't be found for free on internet, on a forum, because we hear many times that, oh, now everything can be found on the forum. So we don't target those people who share free knowledge. We're talking more about people who have something to say and can basically have the audience who is eager to pay, even microtransaction for their time. And this is the idea behind the Experty.
So moving to my next question, and that's to you, Blaise. Your platform sounds like that it will require, quite a scalability. I mean, in the future, because you are conducting calls, you are conducting these transactions over the Ethereum blockchain, and Ethereum itself is not much scalable right now. They are still planning to expand it further to cater for, bigger projects like yours. Are you also looking towards other platform? Are you also looking into other platforms? You might integrate them in the future to make space for yourself.
Yes, correct. As of right now, so there's a couple things we're doing to, mitigate this issue. First of which is primarily to begin with focusing on, the blockchain community and, experts in the blockchain community, because those are the ones who are going to be first using the application. So, and as we expand outward, if Ethereum doesn't have their scalability issues fixed, we will seek out other options. I don't know, Kamil, if we can talk about specifically some.
You can.
I mean, from the technical perspective, it doesn't really matter at this time. We're working on evaluating other wallets, other blockchains. So we are like cross-blockchain, cross cryptocurrencies calling application. And basically, our idea is over time to build these applications that it can be used by the normal person, regular person, not like by crypto geeks like us. But the goal is our mission is basically to bring this great technology to mass user who just want to have something that is working, not just for geeks.
Well, exactly, because I see the potential here, and I think masses can use it, but without ever burdening the blockchain. I mean, the blockchain still has to cater for all the bulk of traffic that will come towards it if your application is running wild out there. So that is one of the concerns, actually. Anyway, but moving to one of the last questions, actually, it's about the token sale. Are you having any? Are you planning to, crowdfund your project by any means? Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, correct. We have, well, first of all, we have seed funding to get the project off its feet already. Other than that, we are doing an ICO. Currently, we are registering interest for the pre-ICO, and we will begin accepting contributions soon. So basically, our whole process for that is called proof of caring, which was originally done by QuantStamp. And basically what it is anyone who wants to participate in the pre-ICO will display that they're, into the project, that they care about the project, that they're excited by it. They'll write stuff or make videos or posts or all this stuff, and, they need to submit it. And this basically gives people a chance to participate when oftentimes stuff like this, you'll have people with a whole lot of money come in and buy up all the tokens right in the beginning and pay the big gas fees and basically beat everyone to the tokens, right? So this provides not only bonuses to people who show that they're passionate or into the project. It also prevents one person from taking a whole lot of the tokens, so it's a more even distribution. Also, the idea is to distribute the tokens to people who care about the project, so they won't just dump it on the market post ICO. So we've gotten a lot of attention for the pre-ICO. Have a hard cap of $9 million for that, and it's possible that it'll fill up entirely in the pre-ICO as well.
So once you raise the set sum, then that's to you, Kamil. Once you raise the exact sum of 9 million, you won't be holding any ICO after that. Is that the plan?
So the idea is because there are so many people who do the proof of caring that we think that it's fair enough to give bigger chance to participate people who support directly the project with their time than just people who want to get in with just, like the regular. So I think like the whole ICO game is changing and developing towards, being more community specific and so on. So I really love idea that, we really who care just about pump and dump stuff, and basically the Skype is changing, and we doing the best tools possible to build the community around the project, because this project is very dependent on the community. Because anywhere, anytime, anywhere, anyone who will participate to this ICO will be able to use the product. Because like if you already know what is ICO, what is blockchain, what is crypto, you are an expert already, because there is like huge demand for people who have any kind of experience, because the current industry is like very hot. So there are many, much more bigger demand for knowledge rather than the availability knowledge. So we believe like we should, we should like a strong community people, and I believe that personally that this proof of caring is like a perfect way to get this project crowdfunded, and at the same time, people basically will we will have much more stronger community in comparison if we do this without proof of care. This is my view on that.
And that's very experimental in my opinion, because I haven't heard about it yet. I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing about proof of caring, and so I hope it turns out to be well.
Yeah, I mean, I will give you some examples because I'm amazed myself. So basically, there are like people from Spain who held the meetup about Experty presentation to 70 people. There are like students who do the Experty presentation on their university, on some presentation done by students in different countries. I hear that there are people planning doing meetups about Experty in different places. Basically, people. We have like very big following in Thailand because like there like a lot of people know about the project because like of the proof of care and so on. Like there are like many options. We have like many videos done by our community members. We have many memes and so on. So everything that counts because like it makes people more time involved into the project, spreading, of course, the good informations about, spreading the word about our project. So, for me, I think like without this new approach to make ICOs, it wouldn't be like this. I mean, there are like big projects with big following, but most of them are funded by big organizations and big money behind the project. From our perspective, the project's growth and popularity growth is more fueled from the community side. So it's changing the way how a project can spread the word, across the crypto community and outside the community also, like I said, on university or so on.
Right. Well, believe me, I've come across many projects like these, and I hope your project turns out to be one of them. So on that note, I think I can wrap this interview, and it was really, really great speaking to you, Blaise and Kamil, both of you.